Tuesday morning, welcome back. I didn't do a video yesterday because I didn't really get up too much, but got a little day planned out for today. First job's this 140 tail swing. When they've got the cab window open as it is just now, these new Dash 7s have this great big long wiper arm, and he's tracking stone in, it just sort of rattles, and before you know it the wiper jumps into the cab like that, you see. What the owner's concerned about is that somebody won't see it. They'll bring the front windscreen down and twist and mangle all that up. So I'm just going to adjust it. Probably just once pulled off the sprocket, turned a tooth, and then put back on, just so it's a little bit more over there like that, as opposed to being sort of there like that, right on the very edge. See? So that's what I've got to do just now. Doesn't look like it's had a scalp or anything, so it just wants adjusting. So that's what I'm going to do anyway. There we go, that's much better now. Just tried it as well. It doesn't obviously come as far across the windscreen, but you can live with a few inches that side. Right, this window is just a bit stiff going up and down the same, so I'm just going to adjust it. I think I slacken them off, just move that across the way a bit, it'll just be enough. It should be. They need to put some blue in it as well. I thought I had an ad blue for it when I turned up. So that is the first of 3 little jobs done today. I've got another little job to go to next. Track guide on a 140. One of the 4 bolts has come out, so I've got some more bolts. And what I'll do is I'll pull all the bolts and all the track guides, Loctite them, put them back in nice and tight, and that'll be that. And then a little DX19 to see. So yeah, all is well. At least I'm out and about today anyway. So next job, I've got this 140, and I think it's only one track guide over that far side. It's lost a bolt and the other bolts were loose, so I'm going to go around all these track guide bolts just to make sure they're all tight, and to be honest with you, I think what I'll do is I'll whiz them all out with the gun, put a dab of Loctite on, and then whiz them all back in again, and just tighten them all up with the bar. Then, you know, we're not going to have another track guide to do next week, and so on and so on. This machine does a lot of tracking. It's that one with that blade extension look. So yeah, we just want everything sort of double checked. That's what I'm going to do now. I did a big wash over the weekend. I've got 3 boiler suits drying. That was not too bad. That's dry there, damp here, and still damp as well. So I'll find it. I've got plenty of boiler suits, like. I don't want to wear that one. That one gives us a wedgie. That's like an emergency break glass in case of a high-vis boiler suit emergency, that one. I'll grab one of them. Yeah, we'll get on with this anyway. It won't be unpleasant. It's not like it's raining. And apparently the bolt that is missing hasn't snapped in. It's just no longer there, which is a really good thing, because I have sat on a drum of oil drilling bolts out of track frames before, and once you've done it once, you don't feel like you need to do it again. You feel like you've ticked that off your life experiences. Right, got my Loctite, 24mm socket. I think I might slacken the tension on the track just. We'll see. That's not going too bad. Struggled with this one, getting this one back in, but we've got there, everything's tightened up. I've got the same to do on the other side. I need to do all the inside ones as well, so that's the bit I'm looking forward to now, is lying on the ground At least it's clean. Lie on the ground. I have to put the machine back down on the deck though. It's not very safe sort of lying underneath here. So yeah, I definitely won't get my impact gun on the ones underneath when it's on the ground. Really shouldn't work on the machine. Sort of jacked up on itself. The only thing I can do is, I suppose I could try and, I might do that. I might try and encourage one of them logs underneath the track. Yeah, because I can lift myself up with the blade and use the bucket to shove underneath it. Might do that. I think I'll try that. Yeah, these machines have got burst protection valves on, so you've got a lock valve up there. You've also got lock valves on here, but that's stopping, if there was a hose to burst, that's stopping the arm from falling to the ground, that's stopping the dipper arm falling from the ground. If you were to take one of those pipes off, it'll still allow the machine to drop to the floor. So you shouldn't ever rely on something like that. I'm only here to, you know, do bolts. Like, there's no point. You want to go home at the end of the day, don't you? So yeah, use your noodle, stay safe. There we go. I've got a couple of nice big logs underneath the tracks at each side. I've also got the blade down, I've also got the boom down, so yeah, can't go wrong. Nice bit of hardwood there. Should be okay now. Yeah, so I'll just batter on and get these done underneath here. There we go. That's all the inside ones done. Did anybody see what I did with the lid for that Loctite? I have a feeling it'll be all gone anyway by the time I finish this, because it wasn't, you know, it was just half a bottle like. But I don't know. Well, I'll get that wood out from underneath the tracks, and then I'll just lift this side up because I'm working on the outside. It'll be all right then. Yeah, it's this one up here that's missing. It is. That's the only disadvantage of running with a blade on. If your doors are in and stuff like that, you get a bit of spoil come over the top of the blade and sits on the inside of the blade. You know, with a rock on there, it just chatters the counterweight. It's a shame. Anyway, the lid down here. It's there, I can see it. I'm gonna have to crawl back underneath and get it. Joy. There we go, and that's all bolts done. While I've been working away, there's a combine up on that hilltop up there. Behind the trees now, I think. Munching away on a bit of winter barley, and it's just starting to spit, so I bet he's fed up. It's just been one of those years so far. I've been at the farm doing bits and pieces, but I haven't sort of done enough to kind of put into a video of any interest, so it's sort of been a bit stoppy-starty this year. Just all the winter barley's been cut. I would imagine, well, they started an oilseed rape on Friday. and I would imagine they're trying to get a bit today, but by the time I get finished work, when I looked at the weather forecast yesterday anyway, it's to rain at about 4 o'clock, so I won't get any tractoring this evening. But yeah, let us know in the comments whether or not you want to see any sort of tractoring videos in, you know, this year anyway. I've just kind of been putting them in, you know, the silaging videos there, just, you know, to put a couple of videos out there while I've been on holidays. So I don't know if you're really that bothered about the tractoring ones. They don't generally, views wise, they don't instantly do as well. They kind of slowly tick away like, but if you're not that bothered about the tractoring ones, just let us know, because I won't waste my time. I won't waste my time on an evening. I'll just enjoy it for what it is. So yeah, they're on with oilseed rape at the minute anyway, and there's only a couple of days worth of cutting left, and that'll be done. And then I'll have the stubble to top with it. I've got a front mounted topper organised, so got the stubbles to top, and barley stubbles a bit of cultivate, and then we'll be into the wheat. Anyway, talk for the sake of talking. I'll park that machine up, and it must be about lunchtime now, because yeah, look at that, 1:15. I've missed lunchtime, so I'll have my lunch and get away to the next job. Right, so I'm back through to Carlisle now. I did go through that third job. Bit of a story with that third job actually as it goes. That third job was organised by a salesman. The owner of the machine basically sent a picture to the salesman saying, does that look right? The salesman's probably looked at it and gone, oh no, that doesn't look right. It looks like it's missing something. So then said salesman's gone to the parts department. Oh, it looks like it needs this rubber trim that goes around the cab. Oh, so the first I've known about it basically is a bit of rubber trim's turned up, and I thought, oh, I'll go and tie that in with the rest of the afternoon. So I'm going to go and fit this rubber trim, and I'm like, well, there's no way for that rubber trim to fit. That is normal. So basically there's a section like that that's missing. That's to allow the radiator door to open on a mini digger. So there's nowhere physically to fit this rubber trim. So that's that. But while I've been driving back, I've had a phone call. I've got a loading shovel to go and see tomorrow. It's got an error code on it. Customer complained about a smell of burning as well, so that should be interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna go and collect some parts for that, and yeah, we'll head over there tomorrow. So I'll round the video up at that for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Just a quick little video. Monday's videos usually are, aren't they? So yeah, oh, I suppose it isn't Monday either, it's a Tuesday today, by the way, if I didn't mention it earlier in the video. That was another thing. When I was driving back down the road, I'm thinking, why is it so quiet at the minute? But it's sort of like that summer holiday time of the year, isn't it? And I know a lot of builders and a lot of construction firms shut down for a couple of weeks at this time of year for holidays and things, so I suppose that makes sense. Plus everybody's just wanting to get on with the dry weather. Not that dry. Anyway, I have something to do tomorrow, so that's good. We'll see you in the morning.